Delicate little putt. It's not a gimme. But
So we have a tie for second between that young lady, Shelley Hamlin, and Gloria Errett at 7 over, while Sue Berning and Pam Higgins yet to play the 72nd hole. They're the final twosome here on a beautiful afternoon at a beautiful club here in Monroe County, which was the home, Byron, of a man named Walter Hagen.
right. One of the great heroes of golf. Now, Chris, this young lady, if she could get this down and get up here and get a birdie to tie these other ladies for a second, could make herself add to her purse considerably, and she's getting the people back a little bit on the left. That she's in the rough, and the trees guard her slightly. You can just barely see her there on the right side of your screen. Really, the trees are not in the way, but just enough to bother you slightly. She's got about a 6-iron to play to this green. She's 8 over and 7 over second. Ball will come out pretty fast, lying in that rough as it is. Won't have much backspin on it. Ooh, she left it out to the right, I'm afraid, Chris. And she did. She put it in the bunker to the right. Stay away from those trees a little bit too much, I guess, Chris.
And they are beautiful trees, and gives us an opportunity to pat the green superintendent, who's been here for a long time, Elmer Michael, and Bob Feit. And our friend Jerry Zarno is chairman of the Greens Committee. Byron, they've done a job. Now, the leader, and the young lady who's going to win her 3rd Open soon.
Pulled it slightly, but it'll probably stay on the green, and it didn't over into the bunker. But with 5 strokes to spare, that is not very dangerous.
No, I don't think so, as we have, after 72 holes, tied for second, Shelley Hamlin at 7 over and Gloria Errett. All right, we'll see the conclusion of this great championship in Rochester, New York, after this message. And moving along that long and beautiful bunker here guarding the 18th green is your leader, Sue Maxwell Berning. She is 2 over par, leading by 5 shots, and this is the final hole.
Chris, it shows you the attitude of a golfer. She was walking down the fairway and swinging her left hand and working her left hand. She realized that she didn't hit that ball the way she wanted to, even though she's going to win the tournament. She was still upset about the fact that she pulled that iron to the left of the green. So this shows what perfection these girls try to strive for.
Well, she's perfection everywhere. We watched her on the practice tee, and she works at it. She just doesn't hit balls. But meantime, Pam Higgins hitting her 3rd shot on the par 4 18th. Pam is 8 over.
She's getting down with the shot. Nice flex at the knees, face the club slight bit open. Shouldn't take the club back real long. You should take back fairly short and then hit through it. And she did it very, very well.
Pam Higgins. These are appreciative golf fans with that same type of appreciative applause, almost like croon.
Right.
Not as many folks, but...
No, you don't see that many folks on the golf course very often.
Look at that little honey. Meanwhile, I know Frank Gifford has not missed looking at people like Pam Higgins. Frank, how about a report with your mobile unit?
Well, they tell me that Dave Mars started this way. I doubt it. But I'm with a great champion, Billie Jean King, Chris. 5 times winner at Wimbledon. A quick comment, Billie, you're just taking up golf. You going to handle that like you did tennis?
I don't think so. I think I have to start a lot younger. Janie, who's the spring pro at Hilton, has been giving me some
That's
lessons.
Jenny Blaylock.
Jenny Blaylock, right. We came up here, a few of us from Hilton Head, to surprise her. But I guess we didn't inspire her enough.
Well, she played awfully good, won over today. And it's great to see you. Good luck. Well, what do we call it? Bobby, what do you call him, Bobby?
I call him Roberta Rigg.
Roberta Rigg. Okay, Chris.
Okay. And a beautiful 3rd shot, Byron, out of the white sand here at the Country Club of Rochester by our leader. And she'll have a 3-foot putt for a par 4.
Yeah, she negotiated the shot very well, Chris. She, as she's done all through this tournament, she's played very steadily.
Last year, she shot .299 at the East Course of Wingfoot. Another great championship place. And we'll be there for the men's open next year, but the West Course.
Right. It is. Both those courses are great.
And, of course, next year, the women's open will be played at the LaGrange, Illinois Country Club. First time that the event has been held in the Chicago area. And then the men's open in '75 at Medina.
She needs this to tie. Well, of course, Ann Quast Sanders was an amateur, so she doesn't need it as far as the money is concerned, but for the position of the tournament, and she pulled that, I believe, just a slight bit, or maybe it broke a little more than she expected it to.
So that'll put her in fourth, just ahead of Mary Mills and Sandra Palmer and Judy Rankin. Those last three finishing 72 holes at 10 over.
Chris, I would say this, that probably you're going to see a lot of women putting what we call kind of side saddle after the way Sue Berning has played here this week with her toes pointing straight to the hole with an open stance. Very much like Sam uses side saddle, except he spreads his hands. She has her hands right together. The way she's been putting all week, she'll probably roll this, and she does.
Ooh. So she had a level par round today of 72. The champion, back-to-back victories, going along with her 1968 championship in Reading, Pennsylvania. And look at that, the daughter of the Bernings. Obviously her most prized possession.
Yes, I don't believe she'd give that for the Open Championship. I ever see Sid did say she wanted to win it.
You know, we'd like to congratulate the chairman of this championship, Chuck Ressler, and the president of a great club, the Country Club of Rochester, Bud Frame. And their committees, they have done just a super job. As Sue Berning is the winner with Child and Roses. We'll be back in a moment. There is the scoring tent behind the 18th green, and the winner, Sue Berning, along with her playing partner today, Pam Higgins, in there checking the scorecards and signing them, as Sue Berning has won it by 5 shots over Shelley Hamlin and Gloria Errett, and 6 over the low amateur Ann Quast Sanders. Earlier today, show you a beautiful shot and a beautiful girl. This is Laura BAUGH, 18 years old, recently turned professional. She finished the championship at 16 over, or a total of 304. But she'll better that in years to come, I'm sure.
Yes, I think Laura has a very bright future. She has, now look what a great extension she has here. She has the longest extension of any woman that I've ever seen. And we'll go into her backswing and see, because of her long extension, she has a very full follow-through. She does an excellent job of keeping her head still. She has a more flex at the knees than most ladies do, but she looks to me as though she has a very excellent future.
And easy on the eyes.
Oh, yes.
Let's go down to Frank Gifford.
Well, we have a couple of very happy young ladies here. Sue Berning, who has won her 3rd U.S. Open Championship, and this is Robin, 2.5 years old, right?
Hello, Frank. Yes, that's right.
Sue, you were some kind of pressure player.
Well, thank you. I was very fortunate to have my timing with me today, because I was very nervous to start off with. I really was.
Sue, you don't play that often. Well, I think you've been out, 11, 12 times this year, and yet you seem to pull it together for the Open.
Well, I really enjoy playing very plush golf courses, and this is one of them, and we don't play that many. And I don't know, they just inspire me, and I think I try a little bit harder, and every shot in the Open.
Robin, what do you think of your mommy?
Say hi to Uncle Roger. Who? Grandma, Grandpa?
Well, it was a long 18 holes. So, again, congratulations, as we congratulated you last year at Wingfoot.
Thank
Just
you.
sensational.
Thank you very much.
Chris, 3 times U.S. Open champion, Sue Berning.
All right, having won at Reading, Pennsylvania, and having won, as Frank said, at Wingfoot, where we'll be next year, as the USGA will be again presenting and sponsoring the United States Men's Championship, and at Wingfoot, and that will be a great event, Byron.
It certainly should be, because that course has a lot of history behind it, and a good challenge.
And, of course, in golf, here on ABC, it'll be the tremendous PGA at Canterbury in Cleveland, Ohio. August 10, 11, and 12 are telecasts. And then the men's amateur at a course you're familiar with.
Right. I was pro at Inverness, you know, for many years. Inverness and Toledo should be a wonderful golf course for the amateur championship. And this year it's going to be played at match play.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be very interesting. And, of course, it'll be difficult for us to televise, but we'll do it some way.
Some way is right. And we'll have football this weekend, Byron. I'd like to remind everyone that at 9:30 Eastern Time, it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the best of the 1972 collegiate crop. And this is a year where I'm sure the college players, as coached by John McKay and his Southern California staff, will be very representative against the champions of the world, the Miami Dolphins. And then on Saturday afternoon from Canton, Ohio, Frank Gifford, Don Meredith, and Howard Cosell will be there to bring the first of many professional games. This is a preseason game in the Hall of Fame event in Canton. So, all in all, a very, very busy summer here on ABC, and we hope that it adds to your weekend pleasure. The executive producer of ABC Sports is Roone Arledge. Today's coverage of the United States Women's Open was produced by Terry Jastro and Eleanor Rieger, directed by Mac Hemian. Technical directors Walt Kubelis and John Irvin. This Friday, ABC kicks off another great football season with the College All-Star football game from Chicago, 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time. And on Saturday, as we expand our ABC Wide World of Sports edition, more exciting football action from Canton with the NFC-AFC Hall of Fame football game at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now this is Chris Schenkel along with Frank Gifford, Byron Nelson, Marilyn Smith, and Sharon Moran saying so long from the Country Club of Rochester in Rochester, New York.